So there are two ways of doing basic jackhammers. You have the regular jackhammers, and then you have the inverted or the reverse jackhammers. So with the help of two of my students, BBoy Martino and XL from Battle Droid's crew, I'll be showing you guys how to learn your jackhammers. Now, first of all, to learn a decent jackhammer, you really want a very, very strong and decent baby freeze on one hand. And preferably, if you want to learn the inverted jackhammers, you need to be able to do that one-handed baby freeze on both sides. Moving on, it's really important to learn how to do crickets before learning how to do the jackhammer, because the jackhammer is basically crickets on one hand. So if you don't know how to do crickets, it's going to be one hell of a challenge for you to learn the jackhammers. Now, luckily for you, I obviously do have a tutorial on crickets that you can find alongside many other videos on my YouTube channel, because here on Coach Sambo's YouTube channel, you can learn everything. So if you haven't subscribed yet, that's pretty goddamn sad. Now really quick, if you want to learn the regular jackhammers, then you should be able to do the regular crickets, right? But if you want to do the reverse or the inverted jackhammers, then of course you need to be able to do the inverted or the reverse crickets,
which is also covered in my cricket tutorial.
Now it's rare to see people be able to do both, because most people practice their turtle or their baby freeze on one side, which develops into the strong side or the most comfortable side, and then that's usually the side they learn their jackhammers on. So if you're one of those rare people out there that trains their baby freeze, their handspin, and their crickets equally on both arms, then you will evolve to a point where you're able to execute the regular jackhammer and then also the inverted or the reverse jackhammer. And then you can start combining them together, which to be honest, I haven't seen anyone do to this point. So yeah, hopefully one of you guys watching this at home are gonna get inspired by this. If you have seen someone combine both of these jackhammers together already, then I would love to check that out. So let us know in the comments down below. Now the first thing we wanna do is do a baby freeze or a stab freeze on one hand, making sure your head and your legs are leveled. And at this point, you just wanna learn how to hop in this position. Now there are two things that make this hop happen. Number one is the push from your stab or your freeze hand, obviously. And then the second thing that helps out is a small or light kick with the legs. 85% of this hop comes out of the arm. So don't rely too much on the hop of the legs compared to executing one hand hops, which consist out of 80% legs and then just 20% of your arm, keeping your arm nice and straight. Now hopping in this one-handed baby freeze is definitely a great exercise to get you cooking for those jackhammers. Now if this is still a little bit challenging for you, then you can use your other hand for a little support. But mostly the issue is because you'd lack control or mastery over your crickets. So make sure you work a lot on your crickets and your hand spins to develop enough strength and comfort to execute jackhammers. Now, if you do have pretty good crickets, try this next thing out. Executing a couple of crickets, then adding one jackhammer in between, and then connecting it back to the crickets. You can do this multiple times, and of course, the more you do it, the more effective it will be, and the faster you will evolve to a point where you start to really feel those jackhammers. Now, this exercise can be applied with the regular jackhammer, but it can also be applied for the reverse or inverted jackhammer. And when training these jackhammers up first, it can get a little uncomfortable and your stomach is gonna take a few hits. So now and then it's just okay to use that support hand just to help you out and just hold these positions and apply these techniques for as long as you can. Keeping in mind that you do need a really good warm up for your wrists before working on these jackhammers. Otherwise you won't be working on them for very long, and then obviously they won't evolve as fast as you would like them to evolve. Now when you start to execute 1, 2, or 3 of these jackhammers combined with the regular cricket, then you're on the right path to master and really learn those jackhammers, which is a level most people never reach. So that's obviously quite an accomplishment. Now the only thing you have to do now is stay consistent throughout your practice sessions, and as the days and the weeks pass, 3 will become 5, 5 will become 8, 8 will become 12, until you reach a point where you know how to do 20 or 25 or even more. And then of course, like every move, once you start to master it, you want to start combining it with other moves, finding cool ways to get into your jackhammer and dope ways to get out of your jackhammer, so you can have fun with these different combos and ultimately learn how to use it in battle. Reminding you that you can learn all these different moves on my YouTube channel, of course. And if you're looking for that more in-depth and exclusive content, definitely check out my website, because I'm sure you'll find something out there that will change your b-boy career for life. Because at the end of the day, when you think about it, it's just all about that b-boy shit. Peace.